Okay, in this lesson we're going to be going through and finding our music for this piece. First of all, you need to have a good sort of think about what sort of tone you're kind of aiming for the piece. So for example, with Magnates Media, a lot of the music that we use is quite ominous, quite eerie. So we're going to go ahead and use one of the softwares that we use. So we use MusicBed, but there's loads of other ones out there. I know that Epidemic Sounds is really good. Soundstripe's a very sort of affordable one. MusicBed's probably a little bit higher end in terms of the cost, but there's lots of options out there, so make sure you have a little look around and see what sort of music software is going to be best for you. So all of the interfaces are fairly similar. They're obviously going to vary a little bit, but they always have some sort of way of being able to go through and find the specific kind of tone to the music you're looking for. So for example, on the left hand side here on MusicBed we have genre. So if I click that, a bunch come up here. So you know, cinematic is probably going to be quite a good reference point, so I'm going to go ahead and tick that. And then over here as well, we've got a box down here which says lyrical or instrumental. So I always tick instrumental, especially if I've got someone talking throughout the video. I'm not going to want someone singing lyrics whilst listening to someone talk. It's going to get quite confusing for the viewer. So I always tick instrumental straight away just to get rid of all the lyrics in the videos. So then I'm going to go into mood. I'm going to click that, and this is where I'm talking about the sort of tone and what kind of music's going to come up. So we were saying we wanted something quite maybe serious to really add like dramatic effect to the video. So I'm going to click serious. I'm going to click tense. Eerie, that's another one here. So this is just basically filtering my choices of what it's going to show me, so I don't have to go through loads of other songs that aren't suitable. So now we're going to have a little listen to some of those, just see what comes through. Okay, so that's quite good. It's a little bit slow, but it's the right kind of tone. It's quite sort of mysterious, it's a little bit edgy. One part of the song doesn't quite work, doesn't mean that all of it won't, so just have a little scan through. So it's not bad, but I don't think it's quite what we're looking for. This does normally take a bit of time. Like, I really recommend spending quite a bit of time trying to find the right music. The music is really going to make the piece and the overall feel and tone for the video. So it's quite important to spend a lot of time here and make sure you really get the best song for your piece. Now I've actually picked out 2 songs already, just because I know this process can take quite a lot of time. Also, I'm using 2 as a choice because I want to try and change the tone at some point during the video. I could have one song that just plays the whole way throughout, but it's going to get kind of samey, a little bit boring. So if I want to change the pace a little bit, I'm going to change that music and find a way to change the overall pace of the video, which is going to keep people engaged and interested and probably watch the whole thing 1, hopefully 2, 3 times. So I'm going to play the first song, so it's quite a mysterious. What I like about this is the violin's really cool. The beat and the tempo is quite nice. It's quite upbeat, quite fast, but just enough to have that sort of mysterious element still in it. I find that especially for sort of dramatic pieces, if you watch this a lot on Netflix, you might see in documentaries, they use a lot of classical music. That can be really useful, and I really recommend that kind of genre. Cool, so I know that that's going to work for the beginning, and then I've picked up this song to kind of change the pace a little bit and contrast. So that's going to sit under at some point when the mood changes, and I'm just going to play you, there's a nice big beat change in this, so like a big drop. I can already visualize that that's going to be really useful for the edit. So that drop is going to really help me like emphasize a certain point in the video. So when he says, I'm already thinking when he says like Alibaba made 50 billion, then we can have like a slight pause, go into that big drop, and then it feels much more powerful and effective. Now we're back in Premiere, so I'm going to go ahead in the media browser, go to assets, go to music, and take our 2 songs that we have and drag them into our project here. So put them inside of assets, take the music, put it inside of music. So it's nice and neat. I'm going to duplicate the sequence so that if I ever need to come back to just the structure, I've got it and I'm not going to start deleting bits. I'm just going to Command C, Command V, and put it inside of here. I'm going to call this new one now raw edit, because we're going to start to make editing changes to this shortly. Cool, so now I'm going to work out of raw edit, and then in there is raw structure. I can close that for now and come back to it if I ever need it. Perfect, so now I've dragged my music into the project, and we have that inside here. It's all organized in the right place and nice and neat. And so now I can bring that into my timeline and start editing to that music. So in the next episode, we're still working on our music, but we're going to be looking at where to place the music and what levels and how to balance it out with the audio so we can hear everything and it's all nice and audible.